Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only...
Hey, hi, I'm glad you found me. Come on in and sit down. Let's chew the fat about ketogenic living. Yes, well, you're in the biggest park in Amsterdam, and there's a bike shop in the park. And I work here too as a bike mechanic. And I didn't expect to be a gut buster either, but here I am. About 5 years ago, I was tired of being fat, of course. I've always been dreaming of getting, and I said, nothing's working. I've been low-fat diet all my life, and all that, and it did not work. Exercise, all that, it did not work. I've been living in Amsterdam for 15 years now, 16 years now, biking every day, and I live on the third floor every day climbing stairs, and I came to realize, you know what, all this that they keep telling me to do to lose weight is not working. And when I was 1 year old, my grandpa had me in the back of the car and go by McDonald's, and I knew the symbol, the golden arches, already meant food, but not just food, happy food. So he'd drive by 3 times or 4 times and just get my reaction, eat, eat. He loved that. But unfortunately, that programmed me and my bacteria. The eat, happy meal means the only food that makes me happy is that food. So basically, I always was a citizen scientist. I love quantum mechanics and astrophysics. So it was easy to me to go into the mechanics of obesity and do some hard research that's been overlooked. Look for things that, did work, success stories and stuff. And I came into the fats. Basically, I was watching Star Trek one day, as I always do, actually. And Captain Kirk and Spock were in dire straits. Something was sucking them into this big blob, space blob, and everything they did was not working. So all of a sudden they had to stop using things they know and go to the unknown and give it and go into the problem. So what I did, I turned it around. Instead of low fat, I went high fat and organic and on whole foods, and that's what I did. Boom. I did sign up for the gastric bypass here for Holland. And between the day I signed up and the intake, I learned, I did research and learned about why it's so successful, why it works so great. It's not just the cutting that does it. The bacteria changes around, and your brain actually rewires. The moment it gets cut, your brain rewires. Here I was turned down because I was not deathly obese enough to get it. And luckily so, because then I volunteered to become a guinea pig for one of the first bacteria transplants here in Holland, and the world actually turns out. That is, I get the bacteria, the poop from one person, and put it into me. Well, actually through the nose and right down to my gut. So basically, this is all new medicine, shining light on very ancient medicine. Eating fats, no sugars, no carbohydrates, and going into fasting. And so I also at that time learned about the Ramadan. I had a coworker who was Islamic. So I asked him how does it work, fasting for Ramadan. And he got me into it, and I really liked the principle. And I said, well, I'm going to do it with you. And that's how I got started. And then I learned about Dr. Fung. He's my hero, one of my biggest heroes. His book came out about fasting. So 10 months ago, I started my own experiment called my Big Fat Experiment, gut busting experiment. That is 1 year of ketogenic fasting lifestyle and no more than 30 minutes a day exercising. That's including my daily biking in town and my third story staircase, because I really want to prove that it's hormonal. And I have lost 41 kilos right now. That's about 85 pounds. Yeah, basically, I'm offering fasting and ketogenic counseling. That is, first learn what the whole ketogenic thing is, because it sounds big than it actually is. The word they use you hear around now is intermittent fasting. You'll stop eating 2 hours before bed, usually before 7 o'clock, or 8 o'clock, and then not eating the whole night through. And you move your breakfast to 11 o'clock, then 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Your lunch and your breakfast come together, and that's your midday meal. and then you eat another big meal or a lesser big meal at the end, in the evening, and then you fast through the night again. And you'll learn a lot from the experiences with other people to see how they're doing, and tips from other people. And that's great. You're not alone. There's one lady I met in Canada. What she did, she said, you know what? From now on, you guys old enough. You guys do the grocery shopping and stuff, and you eat your meals. And when I'm preparing your meals and eating, I'll go do my walking, my 30-minute walk. Or I'll do something else. I'll do an old project. I will clean the attic. I'll go. There's ways to get around that. And yes, you kind of need you definitely need your family support in this, yes. And definitely your doctor support. Not every doctor is the same. You can find naturopath doctors that work more easily with you. Yeah, we sit down together online or in person, and we'll have a coffee talk without the sugar. And we'll sit down with the buttered coffee and talk about your goals and how we can meet them and personalize it.